Hey everybody, my name is Denise. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be the first day of my chakra series. We are going to go over the root chakra. So if you guys are new, welcome. Those of you who are not familiar with the chakra system, before I jump into the first root chakra, I'm going to basically give a breakdown of what chakras are and later on how to help you find ways to clear that energy center if it is blocked or if it's overreactive. So today, of course, the root chakra. I got the red on to fit the theme. Okay. So the root chakra. Before we get into the root chakra, though, which the first thing is, if you do not know what chakras are, okay, and I do have a little notebook here, guys. I cannot memorize everything one by one. It's just the tism in me, so bear with me. I have a notebook. Handy dandy notebook. Okay, let's go. So the first thing, what are chakras? The chakras are the 7 main energy centers located along the spine, originating from traditional South Asian medicine and spiritual practices. So if you guys ever seen or you ever gone to like a spiritual store or, you know, like a crystal shop and you see photos of, it's usually like a person who's in meditation or in a yoga pose, and you see the colors, the circles going down the spine. Those are the representation of your chakras in your body. Now, the word chakra stands for wheel or circle in Sanskrit, which is an ancient, highly standardized Indo-Aryan language, primary sacred language of Hinduism, Buddhism, and I think it's Jainism. Forgive me if I'm saying that wrong. And often used in yoga practices as well. So these spinning circles, they represent spinning centers of life energy, which is also called prana, that regulate physical, emotional, and spiritual functions, okay? So what is the purpose of healing or clearing chakra imbalances? Like, why am I here? Why am I watching you, Denise? Well, I'm here to tell you. Well, it is to remove energetic blockages, fostering harmony between the mind, body, and spirit to promote holistic wellness. It aims to reduce stress, improve holistic wellness. Did I just say that? I did. I'm sorry. Improve emotional stability and boost physical vitality by aligning energy centers. Common techniques include meditation, yoga, Reiki, and breath work. And we'll dive a little bit deeper into that along the video, but those are basically, you know, the reasons why you would want to clear these energy centers. And if you're starting to realize that, I don't know, maybe you realize there's certain things in your life that you notice that you have some type of blockage. Prime example, my throat chakra, I am stuttering. I have issues with speaking or teaching. You know, it's something that I'm working on. It's something that I want to do. So a perfect example for me to get better at it, it's something that I have to practice on, whether it be yoga poses, speaking more, singing, doing more videos for you guys, more videos of me showing my face so that I gain the confidence and to be able to speak with you guys or to speak in public or whatever it is, right? So we're going to get into that in a little bit. So what are the symptoms of blocked chakras? If you're wondering, you know, how do I know if I have a blocked chakra? Like, would the battery just go out? How would I know? Would something beep? So different ways are physical health issues, diseases, poor communication, like I was saying, behavior imbalances, emotional instability, addictions, poor life choices, and being overweight. That's just kind of like the primary main ones. Of course, there's all kinds of other ways. Now, to have the understanding, sorry guys. Sorry, I was losing my voice there, but like I was saying, so a lot of these blockages, a lot of people, okay, the thing with these blockages, a lot of people, the first thing they want to do is go to the doctor, especially if you have a physical ailment. The first thing we want to do is, oh, something's going on with my stomach. Oh, something's going on, you know, with my digestive system. Let me go to the doctor. Let me take this pill. Not understanding or knowing any better that it stems from something more. It stems from here. It starts with the mind. It starts with the mind, and then it, I guess you can say it transmutes into the body. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or it just, it starts in the mind and then it shows up in the body later on. So, and I'm not here to talk bad about doctors or anything like that. Go to your doctor, get checked. I'm not saying that. I'm just trying to get you guys to understand that there's a bigger picture. There's a bigger reason. And wouldn't you want to get to the core of why you are sick or why you are feeling or going through what you're going through? It's deeper than that. So instead of just taking a pill to ease the symptoms, wouldn't you want a cure? So it starts with your mind. It's taking the initiative. It's becoming aware of the issue at hand and understanding that you have the knowledge and the discernment to, make a decision based off that and to work on it and to fix that, okay? So, so here are the different types of symptoms of people who have a blocked root chakra. So this is on the mental and emotional aspect, symptoms, is you may experience a lot of fear, anxiety, insecurities, financial anxiety, lack of grounding, paranoia, laziness, and money issues. So if you're somebody, so by any chance you are someone that you notice that you have a lot of financial issues, what do I mean by financial issues? It's like you get the money and it disappears quickly. You never seem to be able to save up. You just make just enough to get by, okay? Losing jobs constantly, never being stable in a job. There are deeper rooted reasons for that. I'm just giving you the basic ones right now, but I'm just going to give a primary example of my own life and how I've had to deal with my root chakra issues was having this belief. I used to have this belief that there wasn't enough money, or that I had to work so hard, so many hours to be able to live comfortably or to be able to afford the things that I really wanted in my life or the experiences that I wanted to have in my life. So eventually I had to look back at my past, look at my childhood. How did I grow up as a child? What did I hear about money when I was a kid? And sure enough, all these things started popping up, and taking the time to meditate and to really dive deep into your psyche and just kind of like go back in time and figure out, what's the root of all this? Where is this stemming from? Where has it come from? And the first thing that popped into my head was what my parents would always say whenever we would go in the store. Both of my parents would look at us, me and my brother, Jonathan, my older brother, before we would step foot in any store. This was like a ritualistic thing that my parents did. And can you imagine saying something like this to your kid? And I'm not like, I don't want to, if they're watching, I don't make them feel bad or anything like that. I know it's something that they also learned when they were children. And it was probably often said to them as well. So it was like a ritualistic thing where we would, before we go in the store, they would look back at us and be like, now when we go in there, don't ask for nothing. You don't need anything. And we can't afford it anyway. We don't have the money. We don't have enough. We don't have enough. And imagine, since you're a little kid hearing, you don't have enough. We don't have enough. We don't have enough. We don't have enough. I'm not trying to exaggerate, but you get what I'm trying to say? Like, after hearing that for so many years, since you're a little bitty child, like you don't even know what it's like to have a job yet. You just have this belief, or you even grew this fear of, I remember growing this fear of as a kid, thinking like, I don't want to ask my mom or my dad for this because they're just going to tell me we don't have enough. Because that was the belief that we created within ourselves. In my mind, that's what I created. So it started as a belief, and then it stemmed into, I took it with me into adulthood. And then I found myself saying the same things. And then when I had my child, my son, he's 13 now, but I remember when he was little, I would catch myself. And this was around the time I got, I guess you can call it enlightened or whatever, like 2012 or 2011. I think 2012. I think it was 2012. Is when I first started realizing like, hey, something doesn't seem right. There's something kind of off. I don't understand why, I work so hard. Why do I not have anything? It doesn't make any sense. We were taught that if we worked hard enough and worked enough hours and really pushed and hustled, that we would have everything that we ever wanted. But come to find out, it's the complete opposite. And that's for another chakra, but we're not going to get into it right now because then we'll be here all night. So, so back to what I was saying, like being a kid, hearing these things, and then, oh, my son, I remember now, realizing that I started to say the same things to my son. And one day I caught myself and I go, did I just say I sound just like my mom, or I just sound just like my dad? Like, we don't have money. We don't have enough. Maybe one day. So you know what I started to do? And this is just an example. You guys don't have to do this, but these are just little teachings, things that have worked for me personally to grow and to heal that part of myself that I needed to, was saying the opposite. I would, instead of saying, I don't have the money, I would just say, not today, sweetheart. Switch it up. Say something different. Remember, when you guys speak, your words are casting spells. It even says it in the Bible. The power of life and death is in the tongue. So be careful about not only what you say, even about others, okay? That's a form of witchcraft, to speak badly and to gossip about people, because this is a weapon. It can be used as a weapon, but it can also be used to the benefit of you. So be careful what you're saying. Be careful how you think about yourself or how you talk about yourself. Even joking around, it's said that you really shouldn't do that. So I would say the opposite things. So my son would like ask for something, and if I just really didn't have the money, I'd be like, not today, sweetheart. Let's come back next week and I'll come and grab it for you. And then I would, I'd figure it out. But just putting that, I would never try to say anything that will create that belief in him, because I didn't want him to grow up with the same teachings, right? So being careful of what you say, how you say it. Not only that, but the belief. When you do say it, believe it. If you say, I can afford anything that I want, I can have whatever I want, I am this, I am a manifester, I am rich, I am wealth, I attract these things, okay? So now we're going to go through the physical symptoms. So the physical symptoms are going to be, there's more, of course, but this is just kind of going to be like the overall, is lower body issues like lower back pain, constipation, or reproductive problems, diseases or cancers near root chakra site. So the root chakra is located right, I want to say right underneath, kind of like your tail, think of like your tailbone area, okay? And it's like this little energetic, and it's just pulsing constantly. But if it's blocked or anything like that, it might be kind of dimmed. The light might be dimmed out. And then symptoms of an overactive root chakra, which kind of, it can be similar to a blocked root chakra, but some of them are greed, hoarder, hoarding, intense anxiety, controlling behavior, resistance to change, money issues. Or you could be like an overspender, because if it's overactive, instead of you having the lack of money, you could be overspending because of this control or this need to just like, I need to have it all, right? I would love to have an overactive root chakra. I'm just kidding. Okay, so now I'm going to teach you guys ways to balance an overactive and blocked root chakra. Okay? These are my favorite. I actually did this when I got home. So I'm a massage therapist. So not only am I a massage therapist, I am a Reiki master, and I just said a massage therapist, hello, a shaman, that's what I wanted to say. I'm in the works of becoming a shaman. I am about to graduate in the next few months. So a lot of energy work, empathic. I see auras on people, a lot of energy stuff. So whenever I work on people, when I first started becoming a massage therapist, and this was before I got into energy work, that's when I kind of turned into an energy healer, because I started experiencing things when I was putting my hands on people. When I started seeing shit, I was like, what the fuck's going on? Am I going crazy? I literally thought I was going crazy. And it wasn't until I spoke to my teacher, and he was like, yeah, he told me, yeah, it happens to a lot of people. A lot of people end up doing energy work because they just kind of like so happen to fall into that criteria because of what they experience when they're working on people. And usually when people are massage therapists, we're natural. Like, I'm a natural nurturer. I just want to help people feel better, feel good. I want to help them. So, why was I talking about this? Oh, the grounding. So the first thing was to learn how to ground yourself. So when I was working and I started, massaging people, I started getting a lot of panic attacks randomly. There was times that I'll have to walk out of the session because I would feel this energy just shooting at me. And I thought this whole time I thought it was me. So I remember the last time I walked out of a session and I talked to my shaman teacher and I told her what was going on. And she goes, yeah, you're picking up on people's stuff. Like, you need to figure out how to do this. So this is not only for energy workers. Everyone should be doing this. But one of the things that can help with that root chakra, because it's what it does is helps with the security, that feeling of feeling secure, not feeling fearful, feeling like you're in your body and grounded, is going outside. So the first thing I do, and I just did it today because I had 5 clients today. As soon after I was feeling airy out of my body, as soon as I get home, I grab my dog, we go outside, and I just plant face into the ground. Whether it takes me 5, 10, 15, 30 minutes. Until I feel better, I will not get up until I feel better. And it's scientifically proven. I don't have all the science terms, and I'm sorry, I'm not that gal, but it is scientifically proven that if you even hugging a tree, there's something about the energy that it just pulls it out of you. So all that energy, all that stuff, things that you're picking up on other people, your devices, old thought patterns, it's better for you to experience for yourself, but literally just go outside, walk barefoot. I tell my clients, if you go outside walking barefoot, step on the grass, put your little toesies, your little nuggets in the grass. And another way is stomping your feet like this. That'll help you ground, kind of in a slow squat, not all the way down, just slightly. Now, you're not doing like a full squat. We're not doing CrossFit, okay? Just slightly, and hold it, and just be present in that moment. Look at the sky, look at the birds, hear the breeze, feel the wind. Just being present in the moment will help regulate that root chakra once again. So we did talk about spend time in nature, walk barefoot, even around the house, outside. Just be careful with dog shit. Gardening, spending time with your plants, talking to your plants. I just got a plant. His name's Ryan. I don't know where I got that name from, but I grabbed him and I was like, you look like a Ryan. And I decided that I'm going to just start collecting plants. But I've never been a person to grow stuff. So I just told myself I'm going to start with Ryan, see how he does, which he's doing great. Yesterday, was it today? Today I woke up, I had, I guess, what do you call it, a stem? Like a new one just came out. And I go, okay, Ryan, I see you growing. Okay. Sorry, I was excited about that. But now that he's growing and he's been really easy to take care of. I wish I could tell you the name of the plant. I want to say Agathia. I know I'm saying it wrong, but they eventually get super big. The leaves are really big and they almost look black, but it's a really dark green, almost black. He's gorgeous. Actually, I'll probably show you guys him in one of the videos. But okay, another one is being near water. Another form of just being out in nature and just kind of like hearing nature sounds and being in it. Yoga. So a great way to do this, because I'm not a yoga teacher or anything like that, but whenever I want to look up a specific yoga pose for whether it be releasing certain tensions in the body or working with my chakras, I just YouTube it. We on YouTube now, right? Look up root chakra yoga session and you'll see all the stuff that's going to pop up. I'm sorry, y'all. I just had dinner. I was not trying to burp in your face. Anyway. So yes, so the yoga and mindfulness, practice releasing. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, practice releasing the need for control. So when I talk about mindfulness, and Joe Dispenza talks a lot about this. If you guys don't know who he is, go ahead and look him up. A book that I would recommend is Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. He obviously has like a ton of other books, but that's the one that's like my personal favorite one. But he talks about the mindfulness. The hell? Why did it look like someone stole my car? Hold on. You guys, somebody pulled into my driveway with my same exact car and then pulled away. I was like, did someone just steal my fucking car in front of me? Anyway, so what I was saying about Joe Dispenza, he was talking about mindfulness. And that's kind of like the first step of being able to change your patterns and the way that you do things on a daily basis. So the number one thing is to become aware. Trump hands. Aware. Okay? Aware. So, because if you're not aware, how are you going to know to change something? Or how are you going to catch yourself and be like, kind of like how I was saying earlier about how I noticed that I started sounding like my mother when I was repeating the same things that she would tell me as a kid. I was saying it to my son. I caught myself. I was like, Denise, don't do that. So becoming aware, and I just have to say, when you guys do become aware, congratulations, because this is something people will go on for so many years, not realizing that their actions, like the consequences of their actions is just like not having that awareness, not stopping themselves, not catching themselves in the act, and not taking responsibility or trying, what's the word that I'm trying to say? Like not holding themselves accountable for the reason why their life is the way that it is. So for you guys to just even be here, congrats to you guys, because a lot of people end up just not changing. And I would hate for that to happen to anybody. You wake up one day, you're like 80, 90 years old in your deathbed, and you're like, fuck, I didn't live the life that I wanted because XYZ. When all those things didn't even matter. You could have been doing what you wanted a long time ago, but because you had this belief and you didn't choose to do the work on yourself. That's the true meaning of doing shadow work, is to take the initiative, to take responsibility of your actions and trying to fix them. Okay, so understanding. Okay. Oh, other ways. I'm sorry. There was a long list. I didn't realize. Also, other ways to help to balance the root chakra is eating red foods. I like to eat fruits. I like to have any type of fruit that is red. Meditating the color red in your body. So just imagining in that root chakra area, imagine it expanding and just pulsating. Okay. Using affirmations like I am safe, to feel safe in your body. Not only to just say it, but to believe it, okay? Wearing red. Lady in red. That was a weird. I'm weird, so I don't care. Understanding the block. The block starts from the mind, which, we already talked about that. But having that understanding. But wait, there's more. Oh, so other than learning stuff as a child that we picked up on, that our poor parents only imagine. This is the thing. I don't like to give it's not me giving excuses for our parents to treat us the way that they did, especially if they were wrong or if they mistreated us. But I always try to go back to, of course, forgiveness and really feeling that and having the understanding that to only imagine what it might have been like for them growing up. At least we have the understanding, we have the awareness. And they may still be stuck in their ways. So to have more compassion, more grace with them and understanding. And like I said, it's not to excuse them, because I don't want to hear, well, my mom did this and that to me. I understand that. I'm not excluding that. I'm not, sweeping it under the rug. I'm not trying to underplay what has been done to you or what has happened in your life, especially as a child. But having that awareness is the key, is the first thing. And understanding where it comes from, where it stemmed from, and then how you can move away from that. And another thing I wanted to mention, and maybe you guys may relate to this, is I realized recently, I'm 36 and I've just realized this. I thought about this a few months ago and I never realized how fearful I was. And again, I remember sitting with myself, meditating, and it finally came over me. That feeling of fear never belonged to me. It never belonged to me. Can you imagine carrying a burden like that type of fear with you for so many years and to think, I'm just wired this way? No, it was instilled in me since I was a child. And whenever I'm back around certain family members, excuse me, and hearing them talk and really like actually listening to what they're saying, and they actually believe this stuff. But it's like every time I have a conversation with them, it's always about either someone dying, something happened in the news. Oh, Denise, be careful because so-and-so got murdered, or in Alabama, this crazy shit happened. And then I'm always, of course, be careful. Of course, take the advice. Of course, we want us to be careful and to watch out and not be completely oblivious to danger. But I noticed there was a fear there. And I started using that fear. I started allowing it to take over me in every aspect of my life, whether it be in a relationship, in friendships, my job, me just driving, just thinking, all these things, and allowing that fear to overcome me so much that I wasn't enjoying life. I was literally letting fear take over me. I was getting panic attacks I take it back. I was getting them every day. Can you imagine having a panic attack every fucking day? And not understanding, especially when it first happened, because I didn't know what the fuck was. I was like, my hand was like this, half of my face was numb. I thought I was having a heart attack. Come to find out, it was just a panic attack. And that's how strong, think about it like this. I just got a fucking download for y'all right now. Can you guys have the understanding of how fucking strong your mind is, that I could freak myself out so bad to the point where my fucking hands look like this, like claws, half of my face is numb, I can't move, or I'm throwing up and it's just the emotion, just from the damn emotion. And when I was experiencing this, I was living with my dad at the time for a little bit. I was like 19, 20 years old. And this is when I first started experiencing panic attacks, and he would look deep into it because he didn't understand what was happening to me. Of course, he would always take me to the hospital if I asked him to. But it got to the point where I had to stop going because we knew they were going to tell me the same thing. Oh, you're just having a panic attack. Like, you're totally fine. And for me to sit there and feel bad because I just made everyone just take me, him and my stepmom and my stepsister at the time, take me to the hospital, and she's completely fine. My stepmom at the time thought that I was faking it, that I was looking for attention. Yes, because I totally want to be like this in my bed every night. This is so comfortable. I love the attention. So my dad got really interested and started looking up stuff about it because he wanted to help me. And I remember him sending, eventually I moved out because stepmom, but anyway, it don't matter. He sent me a video, and I'll never forget the video he sent me. I think it was on YouTube. This was years ago. And the way that this doctor was describing a panic attack was so that we would be able to have that understanding of what was happening to our body so that we don't get as scared, right? Because sometimes if we just have a better understanding of something and been able to look at it in a different way, in a different perspective, we may be able to deal with it in a better way. So the way that he put it, and it made so much sense to me now, is that you're literally preparing your body for a tiger in your room, like to attack, to fucking pounce at you. That doesn't exist. That's not there. That fear just exists in here. So once you realize that, you're able to take control of that fear and realize there's no fucking tiger. So hopefully that helps you guys. Just an example, okay? Maybe you guys relate to it, maybe not, or maybe you can find something in your life that kind of sounds similar, but basically taking away that fear and just replace it with something else that's going to serve you. So overall focus, what I want you guys to focus on, other than the tips that then the tips I just gave you guys, is the overall focus is taking control of your finances. So what can you tweak or organize in this department? If you know that you have a budgeting problem, what does that mean? What should you do? You should learn how to fucking budget. Watch videos instead of watching fucking TikTok for 3 hours and wasting your time in your life. Watch TikTok videos on budgeting so you can still watch your TikTok, but to your benefit. Switch it up. How can you feel safer in not only your body, but in your environment? So getting rid of distractions, feeling your body, stop running from the feeling. Are some of you guys avoiding to feel? Is that why you are constantly on your phones? If you're out at a party or hanging out with family, there's always that one person, it's like, they don't talk to anybody. Or you come home from work and the first thing you want to do is just put on the TV. I want you guys to experiment with this. This is what we're going to be doing for the next week. I want you guys to switch up your routine for the next week. I want you to switch what you do every single day. I want you to replace your TikToks and your, what are you kids using? The IGs, the IG, the YouTube, even the YouTube. Screen time, TV time. Use that to read a book, play an instrument, go outside, meditate, talk to yourself. Who cares if you look crazy? Ain't nobody wrong. And if they see you, so what? then I guess you're crazy. Do that, okay? I want you guys to try this. When you lay in your bed at night, no phones, nothing. Just stare at the wall. See what comes up. See if anxiety comes up. See if fear comes up. And I want you guys to really feel what you're feeling. Don't avoid it. If you feel like you need to cry, fucking cry. If you feel like you need to get mad and get angry, break something. Okay? There's something in the pain, in the fear, in the feeling. Because once you're able to let it out, that's the only way it can be healed. So many people hold on to so much tension, the way they think, what they feel about something or about somebody. They keep everything inside, their feelings inside so much, and it creates ailments. It creates sicknesses. You guys just need to let it out. I need water, guys. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I be talking so damn much. Then my throat be getting dry. All right. Another thing I want you guys to do. Find something to let go of. Whether it's controlling outcomes or something physical. Okay, I'm getting downloads, which is fine. I'm going to say it. Some people need to do like a spring cleaning. We're literally in spring. What a fucking coincidence. Spring cleaning, let go of stuff, get rid of things. You can only have, if you guys are hearing, that's my dog drinking water. Sorry. Thanks, Archie. Letting go of physical things sometimes will energetically clear out the home. So, and this is for someone specific. I just heard Spirit say, someone who has like an ex you guys have things of theirs that you need to get rid of, whether it be like an old sweater. I heard teddy bear, if they gave you something, I think it's time to let that go. Because when we're letting go of that old energy, you're only allowing, you're helping the new come in to help you, okay? Oh, another book that I recommend is get the book, The Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I'm not really sure who wrote that book, but I'm sure you'll find it. I think that's the only book out there with that sort of title. So definitely do that. And then, I remember what I was going to do. I was going to do an oracle reading for you guys really quick. Since you guys are here, I'm going to assume that you guys resonate with my readings and my channeled messages. So Spirit, I ask for a card that will guide my collective who is healing their root chakra right now. What kind of advice do they need? I'm just going to use my table really quick, so I want it to fall on the table. What do we have for my collective for the root chakra? What can it heal from, Spirit? What does my collective need to hear today? Hey! Ooh, you want us to come out? Ooh! Yeah. I've never pulled this one. Great Inyad. Nyed. All right, let's get into it. When the Great Inyad card shows up in one of your spreads, it is highlighting the need for collaboration and teamwork. It indicates that you have undertaken something which you cannot achieve or complete alone. You will need assistance and support. This card suggests that you build up a network of friends, family, colleagues, and professional services so that you have support available to you when you need it. I'm going to pause right there. So I'm getting a channel message right now. So this is for a small group of individuals or whoever this resonates with. Because I did ask what will help you guys clear this root chakra. You guys need to get rid of a ton of friendships. And I know I've said this in my last collective reading. So if you haven't listened to it, go ahead. There's something about a clearing out. You guys need to clear out all kinds of energy. And sometimes that energy is within the people I just heard that are around you. So you need to get rid of them. And you know who they are. And if you don't know, ask Spirit to help you and to guide you. And Spirit will show you. But when Spirit shows you, Spirit wants you to listen. Okay? So the Great Inyad also speaks of unity. So if there has been some discord in your circle recently, know that this will soon be resolved and unity will be restored. Independence has its place, but you also need to know when it is time to be a team player. No man is an island, and this card suggests that now is the time to seek help. Sorry, I just want to make sure the timer's... what's going on? Sorry, my mom was calling. No man is an island, and this card suggests that now is the time to seek help and to build a strong circle of support around yourself. This card could also indicate that you will soon be called upon to support another. So that is your little advice there from Spirit. So a clearing out. So I asked before I did the cards, what was the advice? And the advice to help your root chakra is to release old and to become also connected, I'm hearing. But like the card said, so that you're supported with the right people and have the right people around you so they can support you in your healing journey. And I heard respect. I feel like a lot of you have allowed yourselves in the past to have people around who not only didn't understand you, but they didn't respect you. They didn't respect your growth. They didn't respect you trying to grow. So now Spirit is kind of saying like, now is the time to bring in those type of individuals that will only help you grow, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I cannot wait to do the sacral chakra next week. Don't forget the homework that I gave you, and see you guys next time.